Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how I mark an unmarked queen. This queen is newly mated. It's kind of a heartbreaking story because this is my one queen that had a 1 mite count. Like basically this is my golden queen and she swarmed and I did not catch it. So here we have a daughter queen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to find, I've already separated the queen from the rest of the hive. I'll show you it behind me in a minute. But I know that the queen is on one of these frames here. So I have to be very, very careful because definitely don't want to squish her. She has started laying, so there's a few frames that have some eggs. Not a great pattern yet, kind of sporadic. She's a brand new queen, so that's to be expected kind of within the first week or two, I would imagine. Okay, she's not on this frame. I want to separate her so that I can use, before I get that frame I'll show you. I made this little, they have queen catchers that you can get in like fancy schmancy ones, but I had this queen cage the top thing, and I just used an old prescription bottle and a wine cork and some foam that I had from like a foam finger. I think my kids went to a sports game or something. But it works great because it's soft for the queen. It won't smush her. This is the right size grid to get a paint marker through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop her up in this. I want to make sure she's in there. And then I'm just going to gently press her to the top so I can put a paint dot. The paint marker I'm using is specifically for marking bees. I got it from a beekeeping supply. The color of the marker indicates what year the queen was created. So there's white, red, yellow, green, and blue, and I don't know offhand what they were, what all the other colors and corresponding years are, but I know that the years ending in 0 are blue. So this is what she's going to get marked with. I've already kind of, you can see here, I've already kind of tested the marker, made sure it was going good and that there's no globs. I'll do that again one more time before, again this is my, because the last thing you want to do is have a glob of paint flood your poor queen. That would be a nightmare. So I'm going to go ahead and find her here, separate her, and mark her. They're obviously harder to find when they're not marked. If you know what you're looking for, they're pretty distinguishable, but marking them just makes it quicker and easier for the beekeeper to find it, make sure the queen is in the hive, and get out of there as quick as possible. So I like having them marked because it makes my inspections a lot quicker. She must be on the last. Oh, I see her at the top right there. Huh. There she is. So pretty. So she is right there. See, right there. She is kind of buzzing around right there. I'm gonna have to try to scoop her up here, lay this down like this. I don't have to squish any more bees. I'll show you guys how I'm doing this without losing her. Crap, there she went, under the frame. Come on, Queenie, where are you? Where'd you go? Don't go on the ground, please. Where'd you go? It's kind of hard to do with... There she is, she's fast. See her? She wants to go down, so start like this. I can't catch her on camera. So I just kind of head her off here. She's really fast. There we go. Come on, go in there. Where'd you go? Shoot. There you are. I don't want to damage her or hurt her. Injure her. Come on in there. Oh shoot, there she is. Okay. Is she in there? Yeah, she's in there. Oh, she is a very busy one. Alright, I'm gonna take this. Let's see if I can't do this in front of the camera. Alright, so in there, you can see through. You can see she's in there because she's a lot bigger. So I kind of want to let the rest of the bees out. So as soon as she gets on top of this lid thing, like that, I'm just going to kind of shake because the workers want to be with her. Come on, get off. I don't want workers in there with her. Oh, now she's... Come on, workers. I'm waiting for the workers to, like, climb onto the foam so that I can get them out of there. That doesn't really matter, I guess. I can just kind of... Makes it a little easier without workers in there, but... Okay. I'm going to take this camera actually away from these bees right now because I want to take my gloves off and they smell her. They'll be all over her. Let's see if I can't do this. I'm just going to use my glove. Sacrificial. Oh, that thing dries out quick. Alright, just trying to see if I can get a good paint dot going here. I could care less if I draw my gloves. Alright, I have the queen in here. I have this one that's flying around me, so I don't think I'm going to take off my gloves. Alright, so all I gotta do is not drop my paint marker. So I just want to squeeze her just a little bit. Just enough. There we go. Just enough so I can get her on the abdomen or on the thorax. Oh, come on. I want to be like really super careful with her because here we go. Good enough. And then I just release the plunger and now she's marked. So I'm just going to leave her in here for a minute to dry the blue paint dot. But there you go. She is now marked with the paint dot. Come on, Queenie. There we go. Now you can see her. She's got the blue paint dot on her. I just double check, make sure it's where I want it. Yep, good enough. I'm not looking to make her a painted lady. I just want a little dot in the back of her thorax, I think is what it's called. I'll leave her out just for another minute. Let that paint dry. Stuff that's on the cage there is dry, so it should be... Last thing you want to do is stick the queen in there with a wet paint dot and have her just get everybody in the hive blue. Alright, well there it is. So now I'm going to take her and the rest of these frames back over here to my hive, and I'm going to release her back into it. So while I do that, I'm going to set this up. It's kind of hard to beekeep with one hand. Hard to do with two hands sometimes. Alright, so here, you can watch the... I'll be back in 1 second. Let me pause this video. Alright, I'm back. I have put the 2 frames that she was on back in the hive here. I've gotten that all squared away. There's some empty frames that are drawn in here. You can see there. As soon as I got that closer to the hive, they are all over this queen. They want to get to her. So what I do is usually wait until she gets on the side of the marker. There we go. She's on the top. And then I just do one of these so that I can make sure she goes down into the hive. You guys can see that. Alright. This is not obviously the best angle. But I put the queen cup facing down so that she goes down back into the hive. And I try to sit here and watch and make sure. They weren't exactly thrilled with me taking her, obviously. See if she went down there. I don't see her in here anymore. And she always wants to go down into the darkness of the hive, so I cannot see her in the cup anymore. Just double, triple check to make sure. There's lots of bees up in there because they smell what residual pheromones she had in there. So then I'll just turn it. Double, triple check she's not in there. Nope, she's gone down into the hive. Just shake those back out. There we go. Now the hive is queen right with a marked queen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching that. I don't get to do that very often because obviously I try to keep my marked queens in the hive and not swarming. Sometimes it just is what it is. It's what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and put this box back together. You guys want me to see that though? That's going to take forever. So hopefully you enjoyed.